let's talk about this with Rupert Darwall. He's author of Green Tyranny and general all-round sensible person on these sorts of things. Good morning to... Oh, no, afternoon to you, Rupert.
Good afternoon, Julia.
Thanks for joining us. What do you make of this amount of money? Oh, gosh, someone's just walked right in front of the camera. No one thought that through. Thank you. Rupert, what do you make of this huge sum of money that's been spent?
Well, it's just, I mean, one's just frustrated with the way, in a sense, the Just Up Oil have the blessing of the top echelons of the establishment, because they're basically all signed up to net zero, and so they're kind of given a free pass. I think it's extremely frustrating. But I'd go further, Julian. I think someone has to make the case that net zero is immoral.
Yeah, I made that case on Question Time once too. This wonderful sort of tumbleweed going across the room, because of course they're all the virtue signaling people that saying this. The thing I've never got about Just Stop Oil is they're calling for us to sort of get to net zero much sooner. We're not going to get to net zero anyway, and it's, as you say, it's not desirable, not achievable, and it's immoral. But they want it to happen sooner. No more, new fossil fuels and this People's Parliament. Thought we already had one of those called the House of Commons. Their demands say, but they've virtually got their people in power. I mean, we have every major political party, I think bar Reform UK, who just here, is signed up to net zero, to the madness, fully engaged. Even when Rishi Sunak said some quite encouraging things recently, they're still aiming to have, these policies that will just blight our lives, make us poorer and colder, and sitting in the dark on occasion. I don't even know what they're protesting about. It should be us lot out protesting against them, because they're already in power.
Well, the other thing, Julia, is Just Stop Oil has just stopped North Sea oil. They're not in Riyadh, are they, marching against Saudi oil? And as for long as this is a civilization to move, to fly, we need oil. We need oil to keep the wheels of this country running. Yep. And that's what drives oil consumption. Yep. All they want to do is close down North Sea oil. So they're actually empowering authoritarian leaders in the Middle East. They're making us more dependent on the Middle East.
Exactly. But where, by the way, COP28 summit is still ongoing. There are two things I think are hilarious about COP28. One is every single COP summit we're told, this is the last chance. Remember the one in the UK, COP26? This is the last chance to stop us going over 1.5 degrees Celsius warming since 1880. And if we don't act now, we'll part... So I'm just going to get more and more hysterical, because that's how they do it. Shame on you all. We're all going to die. Basically, humanity is over, the planet's over. And of course, they never agree and achieve anything they're going to do. And somehow we all carry on. And then we have another one, another one. And plus, all these people turning up, 70,000 this time round, 70,000 people turning up, loads of them on private jets. I mean, the King, the Foreign Secretary and the Prime Minister of our own country all turned up on different private jets. It's meanwhile telling us that, you need to turn off your heating, you need to have an electric car. I mean, it's a joke, isn't it?
Yeah, this was the oil COP. And the Saudis have made very, very, very clear that oil is a fact of life in modern life, and they're going to continue pumping it, and we, the world is going to continue burning it, and we're just deluded. We're absolutely deluded to think otherwise. The other thing, Julia, about Just Stop Oil, they say, this is to prevent genocide. We know all about these tipping points, the catastrophic tipping point. The melting of the Greenland ice cap is projected to occur with global warming at twice the rate that we're experiencing in 2,000 or 3,000 years' time. That's what we're doing. It's absolutely insane to talk about.
We'll be hit by an asteroid before then. I mean, but this is the thing, isn't it? It's like there's lots of hysterical claims and talk about the genocide and basically, I see you on social media as well. We're constantly told that we're killing off people, and I'm always, why don't you care about your child's future and your grandchild's future and all the people in the world? But come back to that point you made at the very beginning about how deeply, deeply immoral net zero is, not just for people in this country who are at the poor end, you can't afford a lot of the things that, when we do have the rationing, which we will have under those policies, but also for people in the developing world who are desperate for reliable, affordable energy to improve their lives.
Correct. Correct. It is deeply immoral, and the developing world, you can really. China's going to be okay. India's going to do their own thing. It's the most vulnerable, and we're talking about basically sub-Saharan Africa, which is going to be denied its ability to develop and grow and lift Africans out of poverty. They are the people who are going to pay the highest price for this madness against fossil fuels.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's immoral, and we need to get that message out. We really, really do. Rupert Darwall, always so good to talk to you. Talking Sense is always author of Green Tyranny.